Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to DinnerQuest, and today we are going to be doing a little bit. We're going to make a holiday treat, and it's going to be a cereal mix, party mix. So why don't we get into that? Okay, so first what we need to do is take a nice little bowl like this, and we need to put in a bunch of cereal. Try not to get any of the crumbs down at the bottom from the bottom of the bag. So, there we go. All right. Next up, what we need is we need some pretzels in there. So we're going to throw in a whole bunch of pretzels. I like pretzels. And then we're going to throw in a party favorite, a bunch of peanuts. And what I'm going to do a little different than what I'm usually doing is I'm going to throw in some walnuts. Get those thrown in there. That'll make it really good. Now what we have to do is mix this together. You want to make sure that you've got your hands nice and washed. And then you just take your hands and just mix it about. And before we get too far, we want to go ahead and we want to set our oven. So I'm going to do this, and let's see, we'll go to, where am I at? Bake. I'm going to turn the temperature down to 250 if I can get there. Yep. And I'm going to start that to start preheating. And next up, what we need is we need some ingredients. We're going to be making a drizzle to put over the cereal and the nuts and the pretzels. So we need butter, lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, and then I've got onion salt and garlic salt here. And what you do is you melt your butter, and once that is melted, you add your other ingredients. Here we've got our lemon juice. We've got our Worcestershire sauce. And we've got our garlic salt and our onion salt right here. Get all of that. And just kind of whisk it all together using a fork. When you melt your butter, you don't want to use high heat or medium heat. Just throw it on warm and just let it kind of sit and just melt on its own. It'll take a little longer, but you know, you want to do it right. So just straight up melting it is what you want. Okay, then what you want to do from here is you want to take your mixture, put that aside. I'm going to pour a little bit over. Put it aside a moment, and then you want to mix it together just by doing little quick tosses like this. Try to keep it all in the bowl. And then you pour a little more. And you repeat the process. And again. Until it's all gone. And if you want, you've got, some residue inside. Feel free to scoop some up into your pot. Try to get as much of it in there as you can. Take advantage of all that goodness. And if you break a few pieces, it's fine because you got more than enough to be fine with that. Take your mix and pour it all into a 13 by 9 baking pan. Like that. Go ahead and push it all out. Pick up any pieces that happen to fall off. There we go. From this point, what you do is you put it in the oven. Okay, and then we are going to set our timer for 15 minutes. Start that off. So what we are going to be doing here is we are baking it slowly, slow and low for 45 minutes in 15-minute increments. So what we have to do is you go 15 minutes and then we have to stir it, and then on every one. So 1, 2, so we'll be stirring it twice during this 45 minutes. And while I'm waiting to do the first stir, just want to make mention that, this is a party mix that my father used to make years ago. And every holiday season, he'd make a whole bunch more. And, I share it with a couple of folks, and feel like I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share it with some folks in my community at a holiday party that we were having in our community clubhouse of sorts, where we hold parties and other things and stuff like that. So, it's fun. It's really tasty. And I get bothered by somebody every single year being like, "Are you making it? Are you making it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll make it." And so I do it every holiday season. So it's good stuff. And yeah, as far as the health factor goes, yeah, it's cereal, Crispix in particular, and but there's tons of butter, tons of salt. Plus, it's got the peanuts, which don't necessarily have to be in there, but that's what the recipe calls for. So that's what I do. But but this year I'm doing something a little different by adding in some walnuts, just to kind of throw a little variety into it. Nothing major. So we're gonna let that kind of bake up a little bit, and we'll stir it up. So let's hope that goes really fast. All right, let's see what we've got for updates on the Mint book. I'm going to be using Nala that I recently discovered. Look at that, it's so pretty. Now that finished up relatively quick, so I'm happy about that. So I'm going to exit out of here. If I can spell it right. All right. Now I just need to wait for the buzzer to go off so I can stir up that mix. Okay, let's give it a stir. So, grab your mitts. Yep. Let my little hook fall on the floor. I'll take care of that after. All right. Reach into the oven, take it out. And there we are. So there's the mix. It's in the process. Now we want to stir it, so I'm going to use this little spatula of sorts. I'm going to grab the end. And I'm just going to basically fold it. And some might fall out. That's okay. I'll just put it back in. you, and you. Okay. And then we place it back into the oven and let it run for another 15 minutes, and then we'll start again. Okay, timer. Okay. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, the next stir is time. There we go. Get my mitts on. Alright. There we go. And give it a little stir. Yeah, the stirring is kind of like folding, but you know, considering all the bits are little pieces of cereal, it's stirring. And of course stuff falls out, but whatever. So what this is doing is, you know, it's like it's baking in all of the butter and the lemon juice and the salts and stuff like that. It's getting them all baked in, and while it's baking, of course the heat's coming off, and it kind of gets it all jive in there, stuff like that. So this last one is all we need. After this, we got 15 more minutes to go, so I'm going to put it in. It's toasty. Alright, I'm going to set for the last 15 minutes. Get that going. And then let's do something useful. How about that? Alright, so while we were waiting in the last 15 minutes, I'm going to set up a bit of a drying area so that it can dry and cool off. So why don't we go do that? Okay, over here on the table I've set up a little area so that we can put down some paper towels, and we'll pour it out onto here so that it can cool off. And I've got 4 layers here, so that way I can do this. Get a little wider. Give it plenty of space for it to sop up any residual butter, and yeah, just give it more space to dry out on and cool off. Okay, so timer just went off, so I'm going to shut off the oven. Where did my mitts go? Here they are. All right. They were over there. So, all right, let's get this out. All right, there's that. All right, lift it up, put it there. There we go. Close that. There we are. Okay. Here's our mix. Now we need to pour this all out so it can cool off. All right, here we go. There's that. Okay, and then I'm just going to, with my mitt on, I'm just going to lightly spread this all out. Alright, so then I will let this cool off, and then I can bag it up, and it's ready for the party. Okay, so that's all out, and it's cooling off. So I took a few pieces, put it on a napkin or a piece of paper towel, And I've got it here. So I'm going to try it, see how it came out. Piece of cereal. Good. Pretzel. I can taste that Worcestershire in there. Here's the peanut. The baking made it nice and crisp, so that's really good. And my special edition that I'm doing this year, the walnut. Let's try that. Not bad. Pretty good. There we go. This is going to be a hit at the party. And we have a long time honored family tradition of onion dip. I'm having it with some kettle chips by Utz. Very crispy, a lot thicker than your typical Lay's because those are basically like flakes of dust in comparison. So there's that. And the onion dip recipe is long time family honored, like I said before. And that is none other than the amazing Lipton onion soup mix. And it's mine. All mine. Yummy. Yeah, so, Lipton onion soup mix. Very popular for onion dip. But growing up, we would always have it on like Thanksgiving and on Christmas. And never any time during the year. So I always thought it was some sort of secret thing. Some special thing that my mother did. But, and then when I was in high school, I happened to ask, how do you make that? Because I'd like some. And so my mother told me, oh, it's just Lipton onion soup mix and sour cream. That's all. And I'm like, what? So, I had it and everything like that and such. But, I've kind of kept that going in my own home. So I get it. And it's like, it's, full of additives and junk. So it's not something to have all the time. There's like even the people that love, the soup made up and stuff like that. No, you shouldn't have it all the time because of those additives. So I have it. I'll have a few bites on Thanksgiving, a few bites on Thanksgiving, a few bites in between, and then that's it for the rest of the year. I typically don't touch it, and I may on a remote occasion, delve into it, but that the stuff you get that's pre-made, yeah, sure, it tastes good, but it's missing something. So so parents are long gone, and we used to have this particular bowl that we would put the dip in, and it was kind of funky. I think it was supposed to have like shaped like leaves or something like that because it would have this veiny texture inside the bowl. And that one bowl was always used for that onion dip. And of course, my parents are gone, like I said before. But this was like, one of the things that was, it was a family thing. And so it was like one of our family traditions. Maybe. But there you go. So, and I was told by a relative that bowl may still be kicking around. It didn't get purged or thrown away or anything to their knowledge. But I basically said, hey, if you happen to come across it and don't want it, I'll gladly take over custodial duties of it and use it myself. So, a little bit of a little fun stuff there. So, the Crispix mix should be just about done. So why don't we go take a look at that and then bag it up? So it's all bagged up. So I roll up paper towels, make sure all the crumbs are on there, and the mix is ready. Seal this up, and it's ready for the party. Unless I sneak a few pieces. Oh boy. And that is making the ever famous party mix, Chex Mix, that I kind of sort of, I didn't really grow up with it, but you know, at least in the possibly late 90s through the 2000s, it was made every year, and there we go. So, and since my father's long gone, I found the recipe that he was using, and that's what I use. So, and I make it every year around this time for family, friends, acquaintances, and this year I'm gonna do it for the complex and share it at our holiday party. So there we go. So I hope it's really tasty. So that's gonna do it for this video. So please comment down below, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't before, and I'm gonna have more videos in the future. So make sure you come on back and check it on out. So thank you very much. Skál. And I just have to go get some more.